When the first light of morning touches the window, something quiet happens inside the soul. The world has not yet rushed in with noise, worries, or endless tasks. It is a moment suspended between night and day, when the heart can choose what kind of spirit will guide the hours ahead. This moment is a gift, a small opening from heaven, inviting us to pause, breathe, and remember that every sunrise carries a message from God. It says, "I am here. I am faithful. I have given you another day." Before we think of what needs to be done, before the phone lights up, before the mind begins to race, we can simply whisper one word: thank you. Gratitude in the early morning is like planting good seeds into the soil of our day. These seeds grow into peace, clarity, and strength. When we choose to begin with gratitude, the whole atmosphere shifts. Our homes feel softer. Our hearts become lighter. Our relationships open to grace. Many people wake up carrying yesterday into today. Old worries, family tensions, painful memories. These invisible weights settle on the mind before our feet even touch the ground. Some of us grew up in families where mornings were filled with silence or hurried words, or even conflict. Over time, these patterns pass from one generation to the next. A hurried father becomes an anxious son. A silent mother becomes a distant daughter. Without realizing it, we repeat the same emotional rhythms we once received. But every morning, God gives us the power to begin again. We are not bound to yesterday's story. The morning is like a blank page, waiting for the first line. And that line can be a prayer. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for watching over me while I slept. Thank you for letting me open my eyes to another sunrise. Thank you for your mercies that are new every morning. As you sit or stand in the quiet, let your mind remember simple things. The breath flowing in and out of your chest. The beating of your heart. These are not small things. They are signs that life is still unfolding. If you have a roof over your head, whisper thanks. If you have food to eat, whisper thanks. If you have someone who loves you, whisper thanks. Even if your life is not perfect, even if pain is part of your story, there are still gifts scattered through your morning like hidden jewels. Gratitude does not ignore pain. It transforms how we hold it. Many elders remember hard seasons. War, migration, separation from family, illness, losses. These experiences can leave invisible scars that echo through generations. Sometimes children inherit not just physical traits, but emotional patterns. A grandmother's quiet grief becomes a mother's worry, then a daughter's restlessness. But prayer in the morning can interrupt that chain. When one heart chooses gratitude, it plants new rhythms for the family. It tells future generations, we can meet the day with faith, not fear. This is why morning prayer matters. It is not just about personal peace. It is about shaping the spiritual atmosphere of a home. When a parent wakes with prayer on their lips, children learn by watching. When an elder sits in silence, thanking God for the day, grandchildren see what faith looks like in action. The morning becomes a classroom where values are silently taught. Take a deep breath now. Let the quiet settle over you. Imagine all your worries as leaves floating down a gentle stream. You do not need to chase them. You do not need to solve everything right now. You are simply here, in this new day that God has made. The sun rises not because of your efforts, but because of His faithfulness. Your heart beats not because of your control, but because of His grace. Say these words slowly in your heart. Thank you for this morning. Thank you for life. Thank you for your presence that never leaves me. Thank you for the people you have placed in my path. Thank you for hope. When we speak gratitude, something deep happens in the soul. Our perspective widens. Instead of looking at what is missing, we begin to see what is already here. Instead of carrying yesterday's shadows, we let today's light in. Gratitude is not an emotion we wait to feel. It is a choice we make. And with that choice, God meets us with peace. Maybe you are an elder remembering the long road behind you. Maybe you are a young adult trying to build a future far from home. Maybe you are somewhere in between, caring for parents while raising children. Wherever you are, this morning is a chance to connect with God again. He does not need fancy words. He listens to the quiet whispers of a sincere heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture His light filling your room. Not as a distant force, but as a gentle presence, warm and steady. It enters the corners where worries hide. It softens the hard edges of the past. It gives strength to your weary places. In this light, you are safe. In this light, you are loved. Let your prayer flow naturally. Good morning, Lord. Thank you for this breath, this heartbeat, this day. Thank you for watching over me through the night. Thank you for the family you have given me, for the lessons I have learned, for the journey that continues. I give this morning to you. Guide my thoughts, my words, my steps. Help me to carry peace into the world. The first moments of the day are like the first brushstrokes on a canvas. If we begin with panic, the colors blur. If we begin with gratitude, the picture becomes clear and beautiful. This is not about ignoring reality. It is about inviting God to be part of it from the start. Gratitude opens the door, and peace walks in. As you step into this new morning, remember this truth. You are not alone. You are held by the same hands that shape the stars. You are loved by the same heart that gives the sun its light. And this day, with all its unknowns, is already covered by His grace. As the morning deepens, the world begins to stir. Somewhere outside, birds are calling. A neighbor's door opens. The soft sound of life unfolding reminds us that we are part of something larger. Morning is not just the start of another routine. It is a sacred moment to strengthen the invisible thread between our hearts and God. This thread is prayer. It does not need to be long or complicated. It only needs to be sincere. Some mornings bring joy. Others bring quiet heaviness. There are mornings when the heart feels light, and there are mornings when a silent weight sits inside the chest. God welcomes both. He listens to our laughter and our tears. He receives our gratitude and our groans. Prayer in the morning is a way of saying, Lord, I bring everything to you before the world shapes me today. It is choosing to let faith speak before fear does. Life often places burdens on our shoulders that we were never meant to carry alone. Worries about health, finances, family, future. Some of these worries are old companions, lingering for years. Some are new, arriving overnight. They whisper doubts. They stir anxiety. But prayer gently pushes back against those voices. It says, I trust you, God, more than I trust my fears. Many families carry unspoken pain. A parent's harsh words that still echo in adulthood. A child's rebellion that left deep wounds. A brother or sister who grew distant after a misunderstanding. These stories live quietly in the background of daily life. They shape how we speak, how we listen, how we love. But God is not only the God of heaven. He is the God of healing homes. He steps into those quiet spaces where old hurts still live, and He whispers, it is not too late. I can make all things new. When we begin the day with prayer, we give God room to work in those places. We open the door to forgiveness, understanding, and growth. We say, Lord, come into my family. Heal what has been broken. Help me to love beyond my hurts. Help me to see others not through the lens of yesterday's pain, but through your eyes today. There was once a woman who every morning would sit by her window before the sun rose. Her life had not been easy. She carried losses, regrets, and strained relationships. Yet every dawn she would pray. She would speak aloud her gratitude for small things. She would name her worries one by one and place them into God's hands. Over the years, something changed. Her words became softer. Her home became warmer. Her children, who once only saw her exhaustion, began to see her faith. They started to join her in the morning silence. Without preaching a single sermon, she taught them what trust looks like. This is the power of morning prayer. It does not just change the one who prays. It influences the spiritual climate around them. Like a lamp placed in a dark corner, it casts light far beyond its own circle. When challenges come, and they will, faith becomes the anchor. Some days will bring unexpected news. Some mornings will begin with tears instead of smiles. But in those moments, prayer reminds us that God's presence is not dependent on circumstances. He is not only the God of good days. He is the God who walks with us through storms. Think of a tree in strong wind. The branches may sway, but the roots hold firm. Morning prayer is how we grow those roots. Every whispered thank you, every quiet plea, every verse remembered becomes part of the foundation that keeps us steady. When the winds of life blow, the tree does not fall. It stands because its roots go deep. Sometimes people say, I do not know how to pray. But prayer is not about perfect words. It is about honest hearts. You can speak aloud. You can whisper. You can simply sit in silence and say, Lord, here I am. Even sighs can be prayers when the heart is turned toward Him. Romans says that the Spirit intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. God understands what you cannot say. If your family has wounds that stretch across generations, know this. You are not powerless. Your morning prayer can be the beginning of a new story. Many families have cycles of silence, anger, or fear that pass down like heirlooms. But someone has to be the one to stop and say, it ends here. Someone has to invite God into the pattern. Morning is the best time to begin, because it is quiet, fresh, and full of possibility. As you pray, remember gratitude again. Thank Him for the relationships that bless you. Thank Him even for the difficult people, because through them, you are stretched and shaped. Thank Him for the opportunities to forgive. Thank Him for the ability to grow. Gratitude is not ignoring reality. It is choosing to see God's hand even in imperfect stories. Let these words rise in your heart. Lord, I give you this day. I give you my thoughts, my emotions, my family, my work, my worries. Teach me to walk in your peace. Heal what is wounded. Guide what is uncertain. Protect what is fragile. Strengthen what is good. Fill me with patience, kindness, and courage. As the morning continues, imagine light slowly filling the rooms of your house. One by one, it touches the corners where shadows have lived. It touches the kitchen where hurried words were once spoken. It touches the living room where silence used to sit heavy. It touches the bedrooms where tears were shed in the dark. God's light enters not to judge, but to restore. It warms cold places. It softens hardened ground. It brings hope. Take one more deep breath. Listen to the quiet. In this stillness, faith grows like roots beneath the surface. You may not see it immediately, but over time, this quiet trust will shape the story of your days. Prayer in the morning is like setting your heart's compass toward heaven. No matter what comes later, you know where your true north lies. As the morning moves forward, the light outside grows stronger. People begin their routines. Cars pass on the street. Children prepare for school. Adults dress for work. Life starts to flow with its usual rhythm. Yet something inside has changed. Through prayer, gratitude, and faith, the heart has been steadied. Now the task is to carry that peace into the world. Morning prayer is not meant to stay in the quiet corner of a room. It is meant to shape the way we speak, act, and love throughout the day. The peace we receive is not a private possession. It is a light we are called to share. Each word spoken, each action taken, each interaction with another person becomes a way to reflect the love that has filled us at dawn. When we step out into the world, we encounter people carrying their own invisible burdens. A neighbor with a heavy heart, a coworker hiding quiet exhaustion, a stranger rushing through their pain. We often do not see their stories, but they exist. A simple smile, a kind word, a patient response can be like cool water to a thirsty soul. The peace we nurture in prayer can become a blessing for others who have not yet found their stillness. Families especially need this gentle light. Many homes have known years of misunderstandings. Words said in haste. Walls built by pride. Distance created by hurt feelings left unspoken. One kind action, one humble apology, one forgiving heart can begin to shift everything. When you choose to begin your day with peace, you bring a different atmosphere into those spaces. You become the one who breaks the pattern, the one who sows patience where others sow impatience, the one who listens when others only speak. There is power in starting the day with thoughts of love. Not a soft or sentimental love, but a steady and practical love. A love that forgives. A love that serves. A love that does not keep score. When we pray, Lord, help me to love today, we are asking Him to guide our reactions, not just our intentions. We are asking for the strength to respond to difficulty with grace. Life will test this. Someone will speak harshly. A plan will go wrong. A task will frustrate us. These are not signs that the prayer was wasted. They are opportunities to practice what was planted in the morning. The heart that has been rooted in faith will not be easily shaken. Like a calm lake that reflects the sky, it remains clear even when stones are thrown. The ripples fade, but the surface stays open to the light. Gratitude continues to play a role throughout the day. When something small goes well, whisper thanks. When you see beauty in an ordinary moment, whisper thanks. Gratitude turns routine into worship. It trains the mind to look for God's fingerprints everywhere, not just in quiet morning prayers, but in busy streets, in classrooms, in offices, in kitchens, in every corner of life. Forgiveness is another part of carrying peace outward. Many carry the weight of grudges without realizing how heavy it is. It tightens the heart. It colors the day with bitterness. But forgiveness, even when it is a process, sets the heart free. It does not mean forgetting. It means choosing not to let the wound define the future. It means trusting that God can bring justice and healing in His way and time. Imagine what happens when one person begins the day with genuine peace and decides to live it out. A kind word softens a hard morning for someone else. That person, feeling seen, passes kindness to another. A small act spreads far beyond what we see. Like sunlight bouncing off water, it reflects and multiplies. This is how faith moves quietly through the world. Families can be transformed in small daily ways. A grandparent speaking gentle wisdom over breakfast. A parent choosing to listen instead of scold. A sibling deciding to forgive and reach out again. Generational healing does not happen in one dramatic moment. It happens in repeated choices to bring peace where there was tension, to speak life where there was silence, to offer patience where there was judgment. This is why the morning matters. It is the starting line of these choices. By anchoring the heart in gratitude and faith at dawn, we prepare ourselves to walk through the world with open eyes and gentle hands. We become carriers of light in ordinary places. Before stepping fully into the day, take one more quiet moment. Picture the hours ahead like a path laid before you. On this path, there will be joy and challenge, ease and difficulty. But God walks beside you. His presence does not stay in the prayer corner. It moves with you into the world. Say this quietly in your heart. Lord, let my words today build, not break. Let my eyes see the good. Let my hands serve with love. Let my steps follow your peace. Remember also to speak hope to yourself. Many people begin their days surrounded by noise but lacking encouragement. Be that voice for your own soul. Remind yourself that this day is new. Remind yourself that you are loved. Remind yourself that you are not alone. When you walk in this truth, others will sense it, even without words. And when the day brings moments of weariness, return to the rhythm you set in the morning. Pause. Breathe. Whisper a short prayer. Thank Him again. Realign your heart. Peace is not something you lose forever when it slips. It is something you can return to again and again, like a well that never runs dry. This is the gift of beginning your day with prayer. It does not promise a life without trouble. It gives you the strength, the perspective, and the love to walk through each day with grace. It turns ordinary mornings into sacred beginnings. It turns daily life into a journey of faith. Let this truth settle deep inside you now. You are part of something beautiful. Each morning is a new chapter. Each prayer is a line written into the story. Each act of love is a page turned toward hope. God is not distant. He is here. His mercies are new every morning, and His presence goes with you into every hour. As you close this morning reflection, take these words as a shared affirmation. Let us learn to love and communicate more healthily every day. Let gratitude shape our mornings. Let faith steady our hearts. Let peace flow from our lives into the world around us. If this prayer and reflection have brought you peace, share it with someone who needs it today. You could be the reason they feel God's love. And if you want to keep growing in faith and starting each day with light, remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. May God bless you and fill your day with His peace.